Hello, my friends and tarot lovers. So, our card of the day today is the Two of Wands reversed. So, if we take a look at the symbolism here, there are two wands, one of which the guy is holding, and the other one is kind of bolted to the ramparts of his castle. He's looking out at the view of the ocean and mountains. There's white lilies and red roses bolted to his castle walls, and he's holding this globe and this vision of life. So this is the card when it is reversed. Normally this is a card talking about our vision and greater perspective and a view and outlook and purpose and mission. And so when this card is reversed, then there is obviously a block or two, or a conditioning or a habit that we have that stops us from seeing the bigger picture. And this can be as simple as life drawing and calling us to be focused on the right in front of your face here and now version of reality, which can make us absorbed and sometimes blinkered by just the things that are going on in our life, and we just get so caught up in the doing and the what's right here and what we need to be doing right now that we forget the bigger picture. We forget the reason why we're doing something in the first place is to have fun and to enjoy life, and we just get into the routine of doing things and we miss the enjoyment, or we miss the passion, and we forget to question what is the bigger picture. So this card, when it's upside down, is asking us to take a few steps back and really question why we are doing what we're doing. It asks us to make a new version of our mission, if that's possible. Now, what I mean by this is to maybe to define or redefine our purpose. A lot of people have a mixed relationship with purpose, and some people think, oh, I don't know what my purpose is in life, because they're stuck in the idea that in order to know what your purpose is, you need to know exactly how it's going to carry out in your life. You need to know what your most amazing gifts are. You need to know how they're going to work out into a job that's going to end up giving you a way of living, etc., etc., and all those details that we don't really need to know. This is a fallacy that we actually have to have that 20-year plan written out in order to know what our purpose is. That's not true. Our purpose comes from our feeling. It comes from the connection to the wand that we have, and that connection to our heart that it represents. It's the connection to our intuition, the connection to our guide and our guidance from it within, and that part of us which knows how we wish to feel and who we want to be in our day-to-day life. This has nothing to do with details. This has everything to do with feeling. And it has something to do with our passion for life and what we are really passionate about and what we love. And okay, if we can't connect to that feeling of what we love, then we have an issue with finding our purpose. We have an issue with finding a greater clarity, and we're going to be confused a lot in our life. And that's a little bit about what this card talks about. So we need to connect with ourselves honestly again. We need to have those find those pure intentions and those pure desires, and we need to allow ourselves to dream big. This is another story about this card, because if there's part of us in the past that has been told to stay small and that it's safer to stay small and not to dream big, then we're going to have an issue whenever we get bored of our life and we're challenged to dream bigger and dream into a different and more beautiful reality for ourselves. And so take a look at those traumas from the past that might have told us, hey, it's safer to stay small, it's safer to stay within the known. It's not, you don't have to look out onto the world and get a greater vision of where you can go and what you can do and who you can be. No, it's about staying in the known, staying in the safe, known comfort zone, which might be terribly uncomfortable, but we'll still want to stay there because dreaming big means that, you know, we're going to challenge ourselves to walk forward and move out of this zone and move into something new. And standing on the high ramparts of the castle and getting this greater clarity about who, you know, a vision about who we can be, and that finding that passion within in order to make a plan, in order to, you know, find a step-by-step process, allows, you know, requires us to connect with our hearts and and allow ourselves to dream a little, to fantasize a little, and to really get in touch with, you know, that feeling of what we want to be and who we want to be. So yeah, I also saw another thing about this car when I was writing about it this morning, and when it's upside down like this, there could actually be a fear of heights, right? So there can easily be this fear of being high, this fear of a higher version of yourself, and this fear of lifting yourself up and taking yourself to a higher, more beautiful version of who you are. This fear of heights is really a fear of falling, and it's really a fear of failure. And if we failed in the past because of our bad decisions, because our decisions weren't aligned with our heart, then we are going to kind of feel afraid to make decisions in the future as well. And we will, you know, become our own greatest enemy as far as finding the higher version of ourselves and manifesting that into our lives. And so we need to get in contact with these fears. We need to allow ourselves to see the traumas that are behind them. We need to learn from the mistakes that we've made, and we need to dare and find the courage to move forward. Get some help from friends, you know, get a little bit of guidance. It's not a great time to be making decisions if our decisions are going to be based upon fear, and they're going to be based upon the confusion that we might feel about what we're supposed to be doing with our life. Instead, get back in touch with your passion, get back in touch with your heart, align your head and heart together, and then we can stand upon those ramparts and hold that globe in our hand and get a clearer perception of and vision about what we really wish to be and who we want to become in the future. And this is the message of the Two of Wands reversed. Hope you have a fantastic day and enjoy visualizing your future.